This video is going to cover Objective Tasks 4.1. The first step asks you, after the word Grim, after the word Jacob in the first sentence at the top of the page, you're going to insert an end note. You need to go to the References tab and click on Insert End Note. Once you do that, your page will be, or your document will, you jump all the way down to the bottom of your document, an end note will appear, and then you're going to type in Jacob Grimm lived from 1785-1863. So you're going to type that out. I typed it previously so you weren't waiting on me to type it. Then you're going to go to the next name in that same sentence, and you're going to go to Wilhelm, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hit Insert End Note. It's going to bump you down to the bottom of the page, and you're going to you're going to type in Wilhelm Grimm lived from 1786-1859. So your page should look like this after you've added the two end notes to your document. Then we're going to add a footnote. So you're going to scroll back to the top of your document, go ahead and click after Hanu as a location. So we're going to click before the period, after that location, and this time we're inserting a footnote, which is different from an end note. So you're going to click Insert Footnote. It's going to bump you to the bottom of that page instead of the end of the document, and you're going to type in Hanu is located near Frankfurt in the German state of Hesse. And after Frankfurt, you're going to go ahead and put a comma in there, and you're going to add a period at the end of the sentence as well. So once the footnote is in there, it asks you to modify the location of the footnote so it appears immediately below the text on page 1. So it's already right below the text on page 1, but if you go into the footnotes dialog box instead of bottom of page here, you can click below text, so that way if the text on the page was to change at all, it's not going to alter the location of this specific footnote. So then you're just going to hit apply, and you won't see any changes on the document. I'm going to go ahead and close out of my clipboard. And after you've added the footnote and you went ahead and changed the location to immediately below the text, it asks you to convert the two end notes to footnotes, either individually or at the same time. So again, you're going to go ahead and open up that footnote dialog box, and then you're going to go into where it says Convert, and it says Convert End Notes to Footnotes. That's the second option down. Go ahead and hit OK, and then you'll see your two end notes pop up here right underneath your footnote, right above your footnote. And these are appearing now in the order in which they were entered. So Jacob was first, then Wilhelm, and then Hanu. So all three of those appear there on the bottom of that first page. They're all footnotes now. And the next step asks you to change the footnote numbering format, range symbols. So you're going to click in the number format here, and you're going to choose the very last option available without scrolling down. And you've changed the number format. Go ahead and hit apply. You'll see the number format change then to the left of each footnote. Then it asks you to reposition the footnotes at the bottom of the page. So again, you're just going to go up to footnotes dialog box. Instead of below text, you're going to click bottom of page. You can hit apply. You won't see a big change there. Return to the beginning of the document and do the following. So after the first paragraph, underneath about Brothers Grimm, right here after German literature, you are going to create a placeholder with the name Grimm Data. So a placeholder is something that you put in if you need to add the information later for that reference. So we're going to go up to where it says Insert Citation on the References tab, and you're going to click Add New Placeholder. You're going to go ahead and type it in just as you see it in your text, Grimm Data with 2 M's, no space. Then go ahead and hit OK. Now that we have the information for this particular source, we're going to go ahead and add it. So you're going to click on it, an arrow will appear, and you're going to hit the drop down menu and then click Edit Source. And looking at the information here, it doesn't quite give me enough to match what's in the results file. So I'm going to hit cancel and open up the results file and look at the source and the results to kind of see exactly what it wants us to put in. So we have the name of the web page here. It's a website. Name of the website, year, month, and day that was last published. So I'm going to copy the URL just because that's the longest part of this whole thing. So I'm just going to select it and hit Control-C. And I'm going to paste that into the website on my document. So I'm going to cancel then out of this and minimize this results document. Go back into Edit Source here. And I'm going to choose website just as it had been on the results. And where it says URL, I'm going to Control-V that in. And where it says name of web page, I'm going to type in Brothers Grimm. Name of website was Wikipedia. Year, month, and day. I'm not sure, and I'm not too worried about it, so I'm just going to use today. You can use today as well, it's no worries. But I'm going to double check Brothers Grimm and everything else, make sure that I didn't miss anything. And that has 2019 on it, so it will, I'm going to have to hit OK to double check it. Hit OK, then open it back up. And this says 2019, mine that says 2020 because I put in 2020, so that's okay. And everything looks good. Doesn't have an apostrophe S, so I'm just going to fix that real quick. And I'm going to go back into my source and hit Edit Source and take out that apostrophe S. Then hit OK. And then it asks us to access the Manage Sources option at the top of your page under the References tab in the Citations and Bibliography. And essentially it just wants you to verify that in the current list it uses the Brothers Grimm source. And then you're going to make sure that it's not a placeholder. If it was a placeholder, it would have a question mark next to it, but it has a checkbox or a check mark indicating that it is a cited source. Then it asks you to close the source manager and verify the updated information appears at the end of the paragraph. So we're going to hit close, and the information's there, and this completes objective 4.1.